not be closed down in the next couple months. If it doesn't close down, then we're going to that one. But if it does close down, then we're going to fucking AJ in Kuwait.
We are just straight live right away, guys. But don't feel no don't feel about rushing. We don't start like with official intros, and we just kind of go live and then let it roll from here.
Let me
I'm not
find. I need to find a calculator. Oop, there it is. Perfect. My wife just has one on fucking standby on here. Awesome.
Dude, you just love to see it, don't you?
Absolutely. We starting with the focused first, and which one are we starting with? Are we just gonna go in order off the .gg, where it has Shorty, Kicks, Rolo, Vader, Wampa?
Yeah, I was thinking we go start with a focused again and then kind of
Yeah.
work through them that way.
Because the focused will be quick. Because there's really only two to talk about. The other ones are interesting, but they're like, eh.
Yeah, we're gonna wait for. I normally like the focused first, but I'm okay kind of going in and working through it that way. I'm not. We're not gonna discriminate one way or the other. Buff Nerd and Alligator in chat. We're waiting for some more. Once this viewer count updates, we'll get going here.
Hmm.
We are live there, and we are.
Light side is very good. Dark side is kind of shit again.
Well, yeah, yeah. Don't get me started on the whole disparity between light side and dark side because
Uh-oh.
it's ridiculous. It is so. Or ninth sister, you mean?
Yeah, yeah, that shit's fucking OP. It's always been Nine Sister. That shit is OP as fuck. Yep. And we can definitely talk about who is going to be getting subbed out because I think it's a fairly easy one to sub out. No, he has the
Mm-hmm.
he has the dispel on his first special, and then on his third special, he gives himself damage immunity, and then the entire team stacks of protection up based off of how many purge stacks he hits.
Yeah,
25, 75. So 75.
yeah.
Sorry,
Ninth.
because .gg doesn't put the total fucking stats down. I'm going through all the focused crons and writing the fucking stats down. And just doing the math now before we fucking get started. So 75. I should have done this earlier, but I kind of forgot. 75 plus 50 is going to be 150. No,
Dude,
Rose
yeah.
is really good.
Yeah. There's gonna be some. There's gonna be some questionable. I'm gonna have to make some questionable decisions when it comes to some of these Datacrons coming up because like it's not gonna be pretty.
Uh, Wait. Wait, fuck off.
Yeah, we've got what 15 viewers in chat. We could get. Do we want to get started on the focus because there's enough to talk about there, but I don't think it's a like there's not a crazy amount, correct?
It's the five, so you have the kicks one, and then Shorty, Rolo, Vader, and Wampa. But yeah, there's really not
Yes.
a ton. There's not really not a ton to talk about with um really any of them besides. No,
Yeah.
we can talk about all of them and their uses, but there's just not much to talk about when it comes to Shorty and Rolo. And I mean, Kicks is I don't know. I'm kind of meh on Kicks, but just because like his team is gonna be whatever until Maz comes to the game.
Make sure we all like the stream, by the way. If you guys are tuned into the stream, make sure we drop likes. So we are here, guys. We have kind of our semi-official intro now that we have everybody here, because I'm not good enough to like have an intro start and still hear people talk, so I don't know all that shit. So we are here with YoungSkywalker and OldManLogan again for our Datacron analysis. Every set we get on here, talk about the Datacrons. I learn a lot while they just tell me how to use this stuff. So how we doing tonight, guys?
Fantastic. I'm still doing the thing I should have done hours ago, but I did not think my shitty fucked up setup would not work the way I wanted it to.
I've been there. Logan? Yeah, I think so. All right, so let's start with the kick. I think the kicks cron kind of get the bespoke stuff out of the way. Wait, hold on. Logan is someone says Logan is silent.
Where do
What?
we?
No.
60.
Logan, go it. What? Hold on, guys. Logan, try talking again. Can we hear Logan? Why can we not hear Logan? I can hear him loud. I can hear Logan loud and clear.
Yippers.
Logan, try talking again.
Hmm.
Logan, go now. What the heck is going on with Of course I can't get Logan's thing to work. This is ridiculous. Settings. All right, try that again. All right, somebody tell me when they can... Yeah, keep going, Logan. I'm not... I don't understand any of this stuff. Trying to think.
Somebody just joined the Discord call. Oh. 5,
Logan, go again.
Yo!
50.
Can we hear Logan?
Yo, yo, yo. Someone in chat say you can hear me. Or am I just looking like a bad kung fu movie?
40.
Keep going, guys. Can we hear
Hello,
Logan?
hello.
40.
Testing. 1, 2. Fuck yourself. Testing. 3, 4.
Okay, it's fixed now. We got it.
All right.
I'm gonna have to figure
as I
out.
was saying,
Yeah.
so real quick, everyone, I'm sorry you couldn't hear me. I love doing this with Fat Phil. I'm very grateful that he has some of the scoundrels on to really do a deep dive in Datacrons. Avant and Bob seem to have some sort of allergic reaction to talking about this shit. Not so much Avant. Bob is like, well, as we all know, Bob is just Bob.
Fuck you, Bones.
Fuck you, Bones. But again, I'm very grateful to Phil for having us on. I always look forward to this. I think I was muted; nobody could hear me. But it's like our third or fourth time doing this. And when Datacrons come out, I mean that's close to a year. So that's outstanding that you and I have been able to do this. Again, I thank you and all your viewers, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I look forward to it. So let's get with it.
Yeah, so I think starting of course with the bespoke crons.
Yeah.
We've got kicks going on. So what are our initial thoughts here, kind of looking at the stats and the levels? What are we thinking?
Well, I kind of want to go back to, again, I
Oh,
don't remember a lot. We went through it once, but if we look at Kix's kit, he's a healer, so
oh yep.
he's going to be adding a lot of survivability to the team, which makes sense when we look at the max stats. And as we kind of go through all the different levels, some of the levels that stick out to me is level 9 and especially level 12 because as we all know, Captain Nathano is very lackluster. So I know this team probably we're not going to see what it's really capable of until Maz comes out, but I I don't know. I think this Kron could, if you've whaled and your pirates are at a good standing and you get this could trip somebody up in GAC. There is the potential.
I 100% agree. I think the stats on it are going to be problematic for especially I think Quiggled. The defense and health for Quiggled will be really nice,
Yeah, big
and
time.
even the potency is really good for what they're going to be able to do. But what I find interesting is that it's got mechanics for both light side and dark side units.
It does. So it's not leaving anybody out.
And I mean, this is going to sound so awful, but my immediate thought was, man, I could use this with a Jabba team. Because Jabba's biggest flaw has always been you don't get help
Oh, you
unless
know
it
what?
is
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right. Like
If you
you
do,
never.
if you don't have pirates, I didn't even think of that. Good shit, Phil. This would actually work with Jabba quite well.
Now, of course, like
Yeah.
that means you have to get, you'd have to whale on a Tano. But if somebody was to get this, because you happen to get lucky on a kicks pull, and you're not going to relic your pirates, this goes with Java, and potency, health, tenacity, and defense. I mean, all of those are good for a Java team too.
I'd love to see the I think both young Skywalker and I would agree. We would love to see the data on spending when it comes to characters for a new faction that they unveil that has a focused datacron because I'm guaranteeing you the percentage is high.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I think a lot of players look at these crons and go, dude, this might give me a bit of an advantage, a leg up. And really, it's all by chance. You're thinking, if I get this, there's a really good possibility that a few, not all, but a few of my opponents are not going to have this.
Yes.
50.
So what I found interesting is when light side gain a buff, they recover health and protection. Whenever dark side allies grant a buff to another ally, that ally gains 5% turn meter. That level 6 is going to apply to Kix, who's light side.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that is a very good level 6 in my opinion. That's a well thought out level 6 to ensure that he's always going to get turn meter regardless of who they give it to.
I have all the stats and everything written down now, so I can I can tell you the stats for Kix's Kron without having to go through and people do fucking math. So Kix's Kron is 60% health, 80% potency, 40% tenacity, and 60% defense. Biggest thing being the 80% potency, like you said, with a Java team, like that's huge for Leia's thermals. The health is going to be massive for her, to keep her alive, especially in what I feel like is in the Kyber one realm of things. You're mostly
And
seeing,
especially and the defense and tenacity.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you're also like mostly seeing, at least in my experience, you're seeing a lot of people use Jabba against Balin just because Jabba is dead on defense right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no,
So
you're not seeing Java on defense anymore. That's just not a thing.
But
and
I like
then
the shout of using kicks with yeah, if you don't have pirates using the kicks cron with
Java.
Java. I like that a lot actually.
I think I do want to throw out there after because I know in the last Scoundrels episode we went over Kix' kit, and I know each pirate has got something to do with profit, how they can gain a stack, lose a stack, Quiggled especially. Um, and I feel like with this cron, the level 15 is going to be that's what's going to make this team be annoying and it's going to catch people off guard. Whenever another pirate ally recovers health or protection, Kix also recovers that much amount. Whenever a pirate ally gains or loses a stack of profit, they reduce the cooldowns of their abilities by one. That is going to be absolutely disgusting because the pirates are going to be able to pull off their best shit regularly.
Yes, 100%.
And
The
that's going to be nasty.
My only thing I don't like is that the offense potency and stuff, it only caps at 100%. And same thing
It
with the other
does.
stats, they cap at 50, which is still not. I mean, I'll take more stats than anything else, but I do wish that they had kind of like ramped those, because those ramping stats make these crons, like you have that support cron that everyone's using with Queen Amidala, you know, like that's the whole purpose of that cron, is because it ramps to infinity,
Yep.
and that's what I wish this one did.
I'm not gonna say I called that out the last time we did the show and that it was my idea, but it was a pretty good shout on my end. I love that. I love how many people are going through, like even in the Scoundrels channel where like people have pinged me to be like, so like Creditcron with Queen Amidala is still working, right? And I was like, yep,
Yep. No,
that shit still fucks.
working like a charm. Yeah, it still does its thing. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Love that cron.
Is Young Skywalker reverbing? Oh
I
man,
think he is. I
Oh,
think a
jeez.
tad. I think a tad.
hold on. Let
This
me
Droid
look
can't
at
have nice
this.
things.
This is why I
Uh,
don't. This is why I don't know how to do stuff. All right.
oh, Agnars is gonna give you shit. Hope you know
Dude,
that.
this is
Echo.
always
I hear an echo.
why I have. If I Logan talk, yeah,
Yeah. No, I hear the echo. My fucking camera go away? What the fuck happened?
Yeah, your camera kind of shit out.
because he's on. He should be on collab cam and not
There
through
we
the. I've Logan flowing through the desktop audio.
go.
Oh, is his input catch? No, I. What is going on? Hold on. Let me give me a second, everybody. Let me figure this out. Someone talk while I.
So weren't we just running really well just a second ago? Um, honestly, for those of you that are gonna go for the kicks focus cron, I think it's gonna catch some people off guard if you go for it. And then again, if you've whaled out on your pirates or all in relics, this could be something that again, it's another tool in the toolbox. And it's another team you can put on defense, see what happens, see how it plays out, check the results. I mean, if you get this character up and running day one, you will be able to use this cron for the last iteration of 5v5. And after that, it's 3v3. And I know, honestly, looking at this cron does not scream to me 3v3 viability. It really doesn't. So
The biggest
I could be wrong. We'll see.
the biggest part of this cron that I'm interested in seeing be around when Maz comes out. Because this cron with the full Maz team with Kix and Athano and Quiggold and then the fucking random fourth that you run, like this team is gonna be gross.
Well, yeah, because I mean, if you think about it, squad wise, Pirates, you got Captain Othano lead, SM-33, Quiggled. The only other viable option after that is Nest. And then we get the Kicks event launches tomorrow. So right now, until Maz comes out, that's gonna be the team.
And that team's gonna fucking suck with or without this Cron. That team's gonna suck. The Athano lead doesn't really fucking do much. You're
I think you need to reread those TW Omicrons on SM-33.
okay in
This
TW
team is not in TW. This team is not going to
in
suck.
TW maybe with SM, but I don't think is meant for this team. The SM is gonna be meant for fucking Hondo. SM is not meant for this team. They said that in the for Maz's kit reveal that it's going to be Maz with the Force Awakens pirates, which is who Quiggle, the Thano, and Kix are, and then with a leftover pirate. They said that they're testing. They found Nest was the best, and then
I 100% agree with you. I'm just thinking that for the time being, it's in multiple different game modes, which is one thing that, and I've said this for a hot minute now. Every time CG launches a new faction or a new team, they're throwing Omicrons at it to give it viability in different game modes, and I like that. I like that they're doing that.
I also think the thing that you're forgetting with the pirates is that right now there's a capped profit. Like they can only gain it's like 5 stacks until Hondo or Maz come into the game.
That's true, but I'm thinking with how often, from not totally remembering, but remembering some of the kits, how often they can gain and or lose. The Kicks focus Datacron, that's going to come in handy. Again, I'm not saying this is going to be meta. I'm not saying this is going to be OP. I'm saying it's something you could put in your back wall, and your opponent looks at it and goes, "Oh well, I'm just gonna throw some shit at this, and I'll take care of it." And that may not be the case.
Like I don't think it's gonna be anything crazy, but I don't think it's gonna be that good either.
I'm curious because what I'm thinking is this is going to be one of those teams where like you guys can see I've already got Atano at Relics just to prove the point that you could get the like journey guide done. I am very much looking at Quiggled, but the problem is he takes 2 Zetas, and I've also got to worry about Mace Windu and, then Kicks and stuff. But I'm looking at this, and where I really think the viability is going to come into play for this particular team, or like Pirates in general, is I think for 3v3 they're going to be a lot stronger than 5s right now. Because you'll have Atano, you'll have Quiggled, and then you can just throw Smee in there for the time being. 5s, I think they're going to want Maz, and I don't know what the split is supposed to be and everything else, because 3v3 throws a wrench in everything. But
it really does.
We've only got a week of 5v5 left.
Sadly.
And then it's the... Yeah.
Back to the torture of Slicker in 3v3.
Well, isn't Conquest coming back after this 5v5?
Yes.
So then we should have a break of Grand Arena for Conquest.
For a week. Just a week, though.
For a week. That's it.
Yeah. I was just reading chat. I don't think the Atano buff... Did the leadership get buffed yet? Did that get a stealth buff?
I don't think so. I didn't see anything about it in the
I didn't see anything in the updates. No.
I know that when they announced their raid outlook thing, like a couple weeks ago, they had said that Athano was going to be getting a little touch up on his lead already.
Yeah, it does seem like it's different though.
I really think he should, because when you look at his kit at a whole, it's not that good.
Whenever Atano removes a stack of profit, yeah, it looks. No, you know what? It does look. So, Atano gains. The leadership says Atano gains 100% offense, At the start of battle, all pirates gain 70% critical chance, 30% max health and protection, then gain offense up and tenacity up for 1 turn. At the start of their turn, if another pirate ally has more buffs than debuffs, they gain 1 stack of profit, and a Tano gains 1 stack of profit. If they have more debuffs than buffs, they lose a stack of profit and dispel all debuffs on themselves. At the start of a Tano's turn, he gains 1 stack of profit and dispels all debuffs. Whenever a Tano removes a stack of profit on himself, he gains 20% offense, max 200% for the rest of battle. So that the 100% offense is big, because that wasn't there before.
No, it wasn't.
And then the all the profit stuff is new too. So he can gain a crazy amount of offense now that he wasn't gaining before. Right?
No, I'm following you. Yeah, 100%.
I don't remember his kit enough at launch to fucking really say for sure.
It's tough when we do these videos and we're working on characters that kits just came out like weeks ago. It's like, okay. What did that say?
I think the launch one, that first line of text 100% offense was missing. And then all the stuff about at the start of their turn with profit, I think, is new. Everything below that is new. So they definitely did update it. It just depends how good it is now comparative to what his performance was before.
Yeah. I do agree with your assessment of how they're going to be in 3s. I think they're going to be much better in 3s than they are in 5s right now. I think a Thano, Kix, and Quiggold will be a decent back wall 3s team. If you have this focus Datacron, I think they'll be good in 3s. I just feel like in full 5s right now, because realistically you're missing the most important fucking member.
You've got more options to whittle it down. Yeah.
In 5s, you're missing the most important fucking member, who's Maz, and then your 5th is either SM or Nest. But I think the 3 team that you're looking at is going to be a Thano, Quiggle, and Kix, and then SM is just going to be fucking useless in 3s. I think he's just going to be a bench dweller in 3s. I can't foresee what you would be using him with.
They're going to see this team on defense and they're going to go after it without really thinking, is anybody on the team going to have a buff for defense pen up, offense up, or speed up? Because if you do, Captain Athano is going to steal that shit every time a pirate does a special ability, and that is a mechanic I'm looking forward to. You're stealing buffs from another team, that's fucking cool.
I think any team that's very debuff heavy and very buff immunity or shock or doubt heavy, I think the Pirates are just gonna get ran over by them.
Yeah,
I'm trying to put perfume on a pig, and you're not helping me.
Yeah, I get they can dispel with profit. But it's like if they're running out of profit faster than they can gain it back, if you just have a steady stream of debuffs on them and they're not getting enough buffs, then they'll run out of profit, and then they're just without profit, without getting any of the bonuses from profit, they're just going to be dead in the fucking water.
But I think this is just a general problem with Grand Arena right now. There's so many teams that are we're going to have 10 Galactic Legends. In 5v5, there are 11 slots for defense. So you can place 10 of those 11 slots could be a Galactic Legend in the coming months. There's just too many teams in GAC. There's too much shit that you can use in Grand Arena. So a team like Pirates that's probably somewhat decent, that's probably actually, solid enough, it doesn't matter because it's not Bo-Katan, it's not Balin, it's not some juiced up Seer Starkiller Malicos team, so it doesn't feel as good.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And that's that's just a general problem with every friggin' team in Grand Arena.
Yeah. I will say Bo-Katan has been fucking disappointing, man. This 5v5 season. I can't use her against Gungans. I can't use her against Gungans. Although you have a high enough defense cron, it beats Lord Vader clones. I'd beat a full Relic 9 Lord Vader clones team with Bo-Katan.
No, I was about to say if you have a defensive stat that is outrageous, it'll beat it. But since the clones, and again, we're getting sidetracked, I apologize, but yeah, since the clones came out, Bo-Katan Mandalore is kind of struggling to find her place right now.
Yes, big time.
And especially with this Gungan cron right now, where the stun on special, like I tried one time, and it lost, and I'm like, all right, well, this is why I use Traya against Gungans all the time. I don't even bother. Like my Traya is solely reserved for Gungans.
So Phil, can we womp?
Let's get into my. I am going to be reading this Datacron.
No, dude, take it away, brother. This is. We're gonna let you read, and YoungSkywalker and I are gonna sit back and go, yep.
All right, so let's start out.
After you finish reading, I'll read out the full stats, unless you want me to do the stats first.
I have them up. They have the max stats in game. I have them pulled up on the sheet.
Oh, you have it in game? Okay. All right.
So the level 3 Wampa. Whenever Wampa uses an ability, they deal more damage equal to half their tenacity percentage, max 100% more damage. This effect will only trigger if Wampa has more than 0% tenacity. This is just freaking insane because my Wampa already has like 150 some odd percent tenacity. The Omicron ability, which we'll get to in a second of why that's important, gives another like 75%. So my Wampa is going to have more than 200% tenacity, which means I'm going to deal 100% extra damage every single time. So what you just absolutely love is to see it. Level 6. Whenever an enemy is inflicted with a debuff, Wampa gains 5% offense stacking until they are defeated. That is the ridiculousness of that offense stacking on top of using Furious Foe, right? For everybody who needs a refresher on Wampa's abilities here, because again, I know that most people don't really pay attention to this one, but in Furious Foe, Wampa, every time he uses this, gains 40% accuracy, critical chance, and offense, stacking until the end of the encounter. The difference between Savage Press and Wampa in Grand Arena is that Wampa ramps to infinity. He is not capped. So this dude is going to ramp his offense like crazy. It is going to start hitting a hell of a lot harder, and people are going to get surprised when seeing this thing. So then we get to the Piece de Resistance, the level 9. I am just going to say that I have been right all along. I have told you all from the beginning that I was right. Wampa is king. If there are no other allies at the start of battle, Wampa's Omicron is active in territory wars. He, read it and weep. Everybody can shut up. Wampa is a boy. He's king. I don't want to hear it. This is the end of it. It says he right here. It also says he in the kit, so like everybody else should just shut up. But anyway, he gains 100% defense, max health, and protection. He is immune to daze and stun, and whenever he attacks at a turn, he ignores protection. This Datacron is going to give 100% offense, 100% critical damage, 150% armor pen on top of 100% of his defense, max health, and max protection. What in the hell are you doing if this isn't the first of the focused Datacrons that you get? Because this is just ridiculous. Oh, I'm so excited.
I would actually have to. I got nothing. Yeah, I got nothing. It's
the kit.
Skywalker, what do you got? How dead in GAC? Like, what is this going to take out?
The kit for Wampa, by the way, calls him an it. which is kind of funny.
So
I had his kit pulled up, and the Howling Rage unique, while Wampa has protection up, it has 20% counter chance, 50% offense, and 50% tenacity. I didn't realize the gender of Wampa was this huge debate.
So
Where?
The lore, I've always said Wampa is king, because there are two Wampas in Empire Strikes Back. The Wampa that attacks Luke is male, and the Wampa that he faces in the cave is a female. And everybody always assumed that the Wampa in this game was the female, and I said no, because it actually kills rebels. It's the male Wampa because it actually does something. It doesn't just get its arm cut off. So, but yeah, no, so if you are I'm going to tell everybody right now, if you're in the middle part of the game and you've got your Wampa, this is going to beat Starkiller consistently in every single level, because the one problem against Starkiller is you get dazed and you get stunned. And now that's never going to happen, and you're going to ignore all their 100% protection when you're attacking out of turn.
Forget just Starkiller. I'm taking this against, if I see a Malicos on defense in GAC, I'm taking this against it to see what happens. Because with the old Wampa Cron, with the old Wampa Datacron, where it had the same kind of claws, I would use that Cron to beat Malicos Starkiller on defense.
Oh, that's a good call. I also think this is going to, and like, I'm trying to think what other teams I would use this against. I mean, there's a lot where you're dazing, you're stuns. I mean, even like, I'm trying to think. I mean, a lot of the teams I see in defense now, it's not going to be super helpful against. But like a Saw Gerrera team, the only problem there is going to be Luthen's Fear on the basic could be problematic. But
yeah, that could be an issue. But I'm thinking the overall damage output would, yeah.
You're gonna. I feel like that even if you get damaged by it, you're gonna have 100% defense, max health, and protection. The blind does nothing to you. So yeah, I mean, I could see that. I could even see this beating. I don't think there's a single galactic legend that this would be outside of like Sith Eternal.
Yeah,
like this wouldn't be to Trey a team.
But the really good thing is that if you get this, if it's not a GL, again, you got to look at, GAC Omicrons. There's a lot of other teams that focus on that, but this could be something in your back pocket that you need max banners, and bang, there it is.
Yeah. Also, its first unique, Wampa's first unique, while it has protection up, it's getting another 50% offense and 50% tenacity.
And your tenacity will stack too with the unique.
I will say that I still haven't put the Zeta on Howling Rage.
You don't need that.
Sorry, Furious Foe. Sorry, the Furious Foe one for the healing immunity, because that's all it does is it adds healing immunity.
Yeah, and it's not like it's indispellable or anything, so it's not that. It really isn't that great. Yeah, that is a very.
It can be resisted, but it can't be evaded.
Yeah.
I'm not modding my Wampa for fucking potency. You're out of your mind.
No, if anything, you're modding him for more tenacity.
Yeah, but no, I love this Cron. I'm excited to see what it does in Grand Arena. My only concern with it is in 5s. I'm not sure what, if anything, extra it's going to be able to beat. Like I said, I am going to try it against Malicos. I think in 3s it's going to be fucking amazing.
You know what?
This Cron is going to wreck shit. In 5s, that's...
I bet this beats I'm wondering if this will beat Qui-Gon Jinn with the with Anakin in them. I don't know if the 100% max protection and health and defense will be enough.
I don't think Wampa's getting that in GAC.
The way at the start of battle,
it's worded weird. I mean, viewability mechanic. Let's see.
I think the way it's worded in a way that's his Omicron is. It's like At the start of battle, Wampa's Omicron ability is active in Territory Wars, which is in the way I read that grammatically is because there's a comma and then another comma, you can delete the Wampa's Omicron is active in Territory Wars.
So
And then it's
in .gg, it has it where it goes through the separate checks. There's a check in here that says query battle type. Query the current battle type and see if it matches any affected tags. Affected tags, territory war battle.
All right.
So that's only in Territory War he's gaining the health and defense?
I think the level 9 is... I'm pretty sure the level 9 is only in Territory Wars.
Kind of seem like that. Like, this is a Kron where he's going to be good in GAC, but they wanted to throw a monkey wrench in the play. And again, you're gonna see guilds trying to Wampa proof their defenses, which they will. It's not
I wish it was for GAC and Territory Wars. That'd be sick. I would love this, but
man, that just killed my boner. I'm about to end the stream.
It's the way they word, because if you think about it, the way they word it, if there are no other active allies to start a battle, Wampa's Omicron ability is active in Territory Wars. He gains 100% defense, max health, max protection, immune to daze, stun, blah, blah, blah. To me, that says that ability is basically if you put him in TW.
See, yeah, the way I read it was I kind of said, like, okay, if there's no other allies, and that way they don't say Wampa's Omicron is active in Territory Wars. They were still trying to stick with that clause of, because the GAC Omicron is contingent upon no other allies as well.
I mean, yeah. Phil, you could be right, because it does say if there are no other active allies to start a battle. It doesn't specify TW or GAC. It says Wampa's Omicron ability is active in Territory Wars.
Well, the issue is even with
is kind of it leaves. I think the comma leaves a little bit of hope of he gains 100% defense, max health, max protection. There is the possibility that in GAC all this shit is going to apply.
The issue is even with the comma, like, this is all still one thought. This is all one sentence.
Can we put an over-under on whether or not there's going to be a bug and this shit works in GAC and TW, other than what fucking CG expected? Like, can we get an over-under bet on this bullshit? This is gonna get unveiled, fucked up.
Where's Agnard's that we can at Meathead to ask him what the proper phrasing for this is?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I do. Now that I'm kind of really examining it, I'm reading it as both, but
it's just like it's right on the line. But regardless, even if it's just for Territory War, this could be huge for some guilds. But I do think it's intended for everything, because why? I don't know. The defense, max health, max protection, immune to daze and stun, if those things aren't applicable in Grand Arena, why is this even a level 9 Datacron then?
Yeah.
Because those are the only... Daze and stun are what completely destroy this guy. And then ignores protection is even bigger against... I go back to the classic Sith Eternal versus Wampa. The only reason you'd ever lose that fight is when Sith Eternal would keep regenerating his protection because Wat Tambor gave him shield tech, and you just don't ramp enough to get through all the protection.
And I kind of feel like we've all failed to notice that this focus Datacron goes to level 9, and that's it.
Yes, I did. I was waiting to bring that up because...
Thank you. There it is. Go ahead, Phil. Take it away.
This right here is exactly what I was hoping we would start... I don't want to say hoping we'd start seeing, but it's what I'm hoping to see with these focus Datacrons. A level 9 focus Datacron, there's no way this is nearly as expensive as a level 15. It's not. It is impossible. So I love that. And what I love even more, though, is that it's for a character that everybody has. There is not a single player.
Everybody has Wampa. The
Yeah.
problem is, yeah, you know what's gonna be funny? How many fucking people are gonna remod their Wampa? In fact, in full transparency, while we've been talking about this cron, I remodded my Wampa.
Yeah,
Okay, so the
there's no
upgrade
need.
cost the upgrade cost comparison.
There's no need.
You go from 29 million data cache to 10 million on a level 9. You go from having to spend 120 Mark 1s to it's still 120. Instead of 580 Mark 2s for level 15, it's 340. And then instead of 700 Mark 3s, it is 220.
Damn.
Yes, let's go. Get in.
So the fucking Walmart savings are yeah.
Yeah, for data cache and Mark 3s, you're looking at your biggest savings, pretty much saving 500 Mark 2 or Mark 3s, and then you're saving about another 200 Mark 3s. You're still getting shafted with dismantle results. So you get
absolutely.
You get 3.75 million data cache back. You get 50 Mark 1s, 25 Mark 2s, and 12 Mark 3s. As opposed to the dismantle result from these fucking focus crons are an absolute fucking travesty. Spending 29 million data cache, only getting back 12.5 million. Spending 120 Mark 1s, but you do get 165 Mark 1s back. Spending 580 Mark 2s to only get 85 Mark 2s back is fucking diabolical. And then spending 700 Mark 3s to only get back 85 just feels like you are unconsensually getting fucking obliterated.
Like the fucking your date didn't even buy you a drink. He just went, "Hey, we're going to the bedroom."
Yeah. At least buy me dinner first.
Yeah,
it's
literally.
pretty fucking rough.
So there's another level 9 to talk about.
I did want to say one more thing with the Wampa Cron. If you do get this Cron and you either don't care about territory, it's a level 9, so there's really no reason to not max it just because it's so much cheaper. But if you do have Wampa, but you look at your GAC opponent and go, I can't Wampa anything, these fucking stats are gross.
Yeah.
Right? Like 100,
offense, crit damage, armor pen, that's
150% armor pen, 100% crit damage, and 100% offense. Like there are quite a few teams that you could use and just use this fucking Cron on. Yes, you're not getting any bonuses from the level 1, 3, from the level 3, 6, and 9. But like those stats are really fucking good.
In fact, I just thought of this. You know what team those stats would benefit, especially mid to late game players if they get this because it's cheap. Maybe they don't want to use Wampa, whatnot. CLS.
Yeah.
Dude, that'll those stats will hurt.
You know who else this would be just stupid good on is a Leia team, or even if you don't have the dark side ray cron with your slicker for some godforsaken reason.
Yeah. It's tough because there's been so many light side crons where there's 15 and 15. But if you're
I like that it's, if you notice, it's Wampa, Wampa, Wampa.
Yeah.
Which means they're very much making sure that it's not like when dark side allies use an ability, they deal damage equal to half their tenacity.
It's all Wampa. So if you place this anywhere else, you're going for the stats. That's it.
Yep. I could definitely see people, if they don't have a good defense cron, like a good light side defense cron, I could definitely see people putting this on Ray and trying to go for like a Ray nuke.
Yes, especially with the crit damage and the offense with Ben Solo's broken.
That, and then I was also looking at the armor pen and then the offense, because armor pen and offense helps with true damage, which is what her ult is, and Yeah. If you're missing an ally and she fucking does her leap on you, you're fucked.
So now we've got the Shorty one, which is another level 9.
Yep.
I don't love this one. There's some very interesting stats, like the crit avoidance at 75%, 125% defense, and 150% potency. I'm not gonna lie, the level 3 for droids, when a droid ally dispels a buff or debuff, all droids gain critical damage and offense up, which can't be dispelled. When a droid ally gains stealth, other weakest non-droid ally gains 100% defense and max protection. I kind of think this would go well once the Afra Datacron goes away.
Yeah. So my biggest things for this cron is I'll have it. Like I'll probably put it to 9 just because again the upgrade cost is not that bad. Comparatively to the other crons that I've been putting all the focus crons to 15. So being able to put these ones to 9 is huge. So I'm gonna end up doing it. But I love this on Afra just for the potency, and then you don't really get like a ton of the droid debuffs unless you're using B2 with Afra. But I also could definitely see this being a Grievous replacement as well.
You know what? It's funny that you say that. I was thinking of that. It could be. You put a full team of droids, you might get some viability out of it. But I have Sortie in relics. I have T3M4 in relics. From where I'm playing, I'm gonna go for this because I feel like again, this is another team that you can put somewhere on defense that could throw somebody off. Max stats are actually fucking outrageous. Like,
Yeah.
dude, like 75% crit avoidance, 125 defense, and 150 potency.
I have another thought actually for I literally just thought about it.
Game to you. What do you
Yeah.
got?
CLS. Hear me out. Hear me out. 3PO stealths all the time. So
Oh, good
when
call. Good
he's
call.
stealthing all the time, he's giving 3PO and Chewie, who has the droid tag, 100%
Yep.
defense and max protection.
Yep.
He's also a droid ally, 3PO and Chewie, has a dispel on his middle ability.
Holy shit.
So then all droid
there
allies gain critical damage up and offense up for 3 turns.
there are
and then
2 fucking droids on that team.
Chewie constantly calling for or being called to assist, hitting with crit damage up and offense up on top of that, constant blinds because with 150% potency, that shit's not getting resisted.
And your turn meter, you're gonna constantly be gaining the turn meter from CLS inflicting debuffs.
Yep. So
And
I think this could be a really interesting put CLS in the back and throw this on there and be like, well, maybe you go in with a typical CLS counter and it fucking loses.
That's fucking fair. If you don't have droids, yet your CLS team is in good shape.
And
I might do this with them.
Stripped your fucking Han mods off. God.
I don't know. I was just thinking about that because other than Grievous and Afra, I was trying to think of what other character teams have like a couple of droids that possibly stealth, because Afra doesn't have any droids that stealth, and Grievous only stealths at the beginning of the turn or at the beginning of battle, and then stealth pretty much goes away.
And whenever B2 will dispel buffs.
Yes.
No, he will.
And yeah. But yeah, I think my biggest thing I like here, again, it's a level 9, so it's like half the cost of what a level 15 is.
It's cheap. It's cheap.
Again, may as well this is another one I'm gonna be copying because you just may as well do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, not only that, Phil, I think you're absolutely right. Even because it's just level 9, look at the max stats. Even if you don't have this team, those stats are fucking outstanding. Like, go for
it. And that's what I've tried to drill home with some other people in regards to how to really utilize these Datacrons, is that sometimes it's not about necessarily putting them with the, how would I phrase this? It's not about putting them like, oh, I've got Shorty, I've got T3, that's how I'm going to use it. The fact that like crit avoidance and defense are so incredibly broken and potency can be incredibly useful for certain teams, that's where these focus crons really can come into play, is it can bring out some other parts of your roster that otherwise would not get used. Not just Shorty and T3 side, but like we said with Afro or CLS. Like I can't tell you the last time I legitimately was like, I'm going to use CLS to beat this team and not just like a cleanup or something.
Yep.
I do also want to say, like, even though like we're big brain and trying to think of like other ways to use this cron, to not downplay the fact that this could be a very good droid nuke.
The Shorty thing here,
yeah.
Whenever droid allies gain spare parts, all droid allies gain 25% offense for the rest of the encounter. That is actually crazy good, especially when you combine that with her, with his AoE special, where he's going to give out even more offense to the team. I think the biggest question now would be really funny. How does this team? How does this team stack up with Wampa? If you set this on defense versus Wampa, how does it stack up? Because Wampa's normally a shoo-in against Shorty, but are they going to gain too much offense?
Yeah, I think they'll probably. I mean, if it's Territory Wars and that level 9 clause is active, Wampa beats them. But if it's GAC, I think they ramp faster than Wampa will. The other thing I noticed with Shorty's level 9, you're going to have to bring in a team that's anti-revive. Apply spare parts to all other droid allies that do not have it. Or while Shorty is active at the start of Shorty's turn, apply spare parts to all other droid allies that do not have it.
Yeah,
they're going to die, lose spare parts, and then gain it right back on Shorty's first turn. So you either need to go in with anti-revive, or when you get a droid down, you need to blitz him back down so that he doesn't get spare parts again by the time Shorty takes another turn.
Yes.
And so it's not just going to be the spare parts at the beginning of battle. It's going to be you kill a droid, they all lose spare parts. Shorty takes a turn, they all get spare parts back again, so they're getting another 25% offense, which, let me look if it's additive or multiplicatively.
The question is spare parts, somebody just put in chat, that was Roker in, spare parts revive can't be prevented.
Oh, well.
I guess the question...
You got to kill Shorty first, twice. Before she can take a fucking turn.
Yeah. Oh my, that's impossible with the protection up.
Yep. And then she's also dispelling on her fucking turn. So like the easiest way to get Shorty out is to just buff immunity, and then she's fucking not.
Does spare parts stop the trying to think, does spare parts stop the where the hell is it? I want to read what spare parts does, because I can't tell you the last time I looked in this kit.
Also, the 25 offense is multiplicative, so it's 25 offense.
This is something that if the droid is reduced to 0% health, it revives.
Yeah, and it can't be. Yeah. It can't be. This revive can't be prevented.
Exactly. No, it can't.
And that's gonna supersede. Correct me if I'm wrong. That supersedes any kind of instant kill.
Even Nihilus.
Yeah, right. Like that supersedes the Boba Fett, or not Boba Fett. The
Jango,
the Mando, the Jango stuff, the Jabba. All of that stuff is superseded by that clause of this revive can't be prevented.
This is actually going to be like Droid Nuke is typically on offense. Droid Nuke might be nasty on defense.
All right, so now I think we've got the next two focused ones, which is Vader.
Oh, I'm looking forward to Vader. I told YoungSkywalker this. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because this team has been around for so long. I'm really looking forward to this.
Vader is my number one cron in this For shopping list,
This is
for the focus crons, Vader is my number one shopping list cron that you should prioritize in any point of the game that you're in, because everyone should have Vader and everyone should have all the Imperial troopers.
exactly. And I know some people's mods on Imperial troopers might be like myself included. You know, with everything going on in the game, you remod, you take shit off other teams, but there's a reason to revisit this. So, and I think every level of this is outstanding. So level 3, Snow Trooper. Whenever an ally takes a bonus turn, all allies recover 20% health and protection. And Snow Trooper gains 20% offense stacking until the end of battle. Now, we already know with Snow Trooper's AoE, he does a lot of damage. So whenever an ally takes a bonus turn, you're getting survivability. All right, level 6, Colonel
Who
Stark.
takes? Hold on, someone remind me. Who takes bonus turns out of these characters here? I really can't remember if somebody takes a fuck ton of bonus turns in this team.
Yeah, I was about to say, not even one bonus turn. Motherfucker takes 5 or 6 if you bring in a fucking summon.
General Veers has an AoE where everyone takes a bonus turn, and Vader does a bunch of bonus turns. So there's a fuck.
Also, the 20% increase in offense is multiplicative as well.
Yep.
Nice.
So, level 6, Colonel Stark. At the start of battle, if Darth Vader is in the leader slot, he gains the Imperial Trooper tag for the rest of the battle, and Colonel Stark gains 100% defense, max health, and max protection until the end of battle. For one fucking character?
I missed the Imperial Trooper tag for Darth Vader. Holy shit.
Yeah.
No, you missed that?
I missed it completely.
And to go into
that level 6 alone is going to transform this team into an offensive menace.
Because the Veers unique is the has the Zeta and the turn meter. The lead has a little bit, but the unique has more.
Yes. The other thing about what's awesome about the troopers is that they're like Phoenix, where their uniques all kind of go into each other. So
yes.
The Colonel Stark giving all Imperial Trooper allies bonus armor pen. Snow Trooper giving all Imperial Trooper allies crit damage. Anyone can pull up the kits and correct me if I'm wrong. Piet doesn't have a Imperial Trooper clause where he gives them bonuses. Veers giving everyone, I think, bonus offense on his unique. And then Piet just with the fucking mark. Like, you're marking Vader because, as we're going to see in the level 15, he can't fucking die.
Yeah.
So
let's...
you're
let's look at level 9 General Veers. So we did Stark. Let's look at General Veers. Whenever an enemy is inflicted with a damage over time stack, which is going to happen, Ruthless Assault gains 2% bonus damage stacking until the end of battle. Oh, and just as a bonus, all allies just happen to recover 5% turn meter.
Okay, so
just throwing that out there.
So Ruthless Assault is his AoE.
Yep.
And then the damage over times whenever they're inflicted. Okay, in an absolute perfect world, Vader inflicts 3 dots every time he AoEs on all 5 characters.
Yes.
Well, that's the highest roll you could get, is everyone gets 3 dots and everyone gets speed down. So yes. So in an absolute perfect world, 3 times 5 is 15, and then 15 times 5 is fucking what? It's like 70 something.
Yep.
So on one Vader AoE, everyone's gaining 75% turn meter if you get all 3 dots to stick on all 5 characters. So you want to talk about an Imperial Trooper turn meter train while getting buffs? Now it's an Imperial Trooper turn meter train while debuffs are inflicted. Damage
Here's
over
the other
time
thing.
exclusively.
Remember, Lord Vader also removes turn meter.
Yep.
So
He does.
it's like it's a classic dodgeball, like it's a two player swing. This I'm going to be removing turn meter from you, and I'm going to be gaining it myself. So the train is going to feel even worse.
Yeah.
Because you're just go ahead, Logan.
Not only that, you also got to take into account his leadership. He's going to be the lead for this team. Empire and Sith allies have 30% offense, 50% chance to remove, 20% turn meter when they damage an enemy. This turn meter removal can't be resisted. While Darth Vader is alive, enemies immediately regain damage over time for 2 turns whenever damage over time expires on them.
That's also
you go back.
Yeah.
Dude, that's just it's never ending.
That reapply is going to cause the 5% turn meter as well.
Exactly.
And I'm just reading through that, like the other part, the ruthless assault gains 2% bonus damage stacking until the end of battle. So again, whenever an enemy is inflicted with a damage over time, that's going to apply when those reapply. And you're going to want to throw Vader's lightsaber, because he's going to dispel those damage over times, and then they're going to reapply again.
Yep.
So that's going to boost everybody's damage.
It's gonna be like the Palp lead, the old turn meter trained Palp lead with Palp, Vader, Traya, Scion, Nihilus, where you would start with Vader, you would do his AOE, you would take another turn because of all the debuffs inflicted, and then you would throw the saber, and then your entire team is now 100% turn meter off to the fucking races.
So, Logan, level 12.
So the level 12, Admiral Piet, and I'm not gonna lie, I love this one because he's got an AOE. He throws his damage around. Whenever Admiral Piet deals damage to an enemy, remove 25% turn meter from that enemy.
Yeah,
and if anybody, obviously, here's what I love about this is here's the rub. A lot of people have not removed mods from Admiral Piet.
No.
Because they want to keep him strong for fleets. And here's the weird thing that people do in this game. It's and I do it too. It's speed on a fleet commander doesn't matter. It's the fact that it's a 6-dot mod. But because we're so fucking conditioned to go, dude, that's a fleet commander, we're leaving him the fuck alone. He's probably going to be modded very well, very fast, because Admiral Piet is a pretty fast fucking character.
Yep.
That 24%, that's rough.
You know what else?
And you also with Piet, which is fucking with his mark, whenever he's basicking, he's calling the marked ally to assist twice.
Well, it's a random ally and the marked ally.
Oh, all right.
But
I don't know. I always seem to get the fucking marked ally to attack twice.
But so it's normally it's a marked ally and another random ally, I think. So now you could be. I mean, if you get, I'm going to be praying for him to call Stormtrooper or Snowtrooper all the time because the offense percent that he's got.
Yeah.
But Logan, read the 15.
Oh, Jesus H. Christ. Here we go. Darth Vader, at the start of battle, if the only active allies that Darth Vader has consist of any number of the following allies: Admiral Piet, Colonel Stark, General Veers, or Snowtrooper, then the following effects are active. Darth Vader can't be defeated. Whenever an ally is defeated, Darth Vader dispels all debuffs on himself, resets all of his cooldowns, and takes a bonus turn.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing here is the can't be defeated. Because the biggest problem with Darth Vader is always that he's the first target in a lot of these teams. right? If I saw this team on defense, I'd be like, oh, just kill Vader. You've got to go pick off everybody else. And as someone who has a Relic 8 storm or snowtrooper for Haven platoons, I am now very excited.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually, after really thinking about this, I'm going to say to possibly, if you see this on defense, the way to, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. What do you guys think? I think the first course of action would be you focus down Snowtrooper first, because you obviously can't do Darth Vader. Stark is getting in a ridiculous amount of defense and everything else. Veers, no. Admiral Piet, he's a support, so his health and protection are pretty up there. Snowtrooper is going to be the weakest fucking link on that team. And if you can knock that out, whenever a bonus turn is taken, they're not going to be getting that survivability. So I think that is probably the way to deal with it. But other than that, man, this is gonna like you're not like Phil Skywalker. You putting this team on defense?
No way, never. I'm
using this. I don't know if the AI is gonna play it right. First off, secondly, the kill order is definitely gonna be Snowtrooper first. I agree, just because of the sustainability that he'll have from Vader taking bonus turns. Kill order is gonna be Snowtrooper, Piet, Veers, Stark, Vader, because you need to get Piet out as soon as Snowtrooper's gone, so that if you can't ignore taunt, you're not stuck behind the Vader mark, because Piet's gonna mark Vader.
Somebody in chat said, when can DV be defeated? After all allies. So basically, with this level 15, at the start of battle, if the only active allies that now this is like this has to be met. If Darth Vader's allies are Piet, Stark, Veers, and Snowtrooper, all of them have to be defeated before you defeat Darth Vader.
Yes.
Yeah, like
that is a requirement.
And the wording is strange, but it's wording so that this works in 3v3.
Yep.
Because the whole consists of any number of the following, but the way to read that is if the only active allies that Darth Vader has, if that is no longer met as, everything else, then yeah.
I will say this team is going to be much weaker in threes, just because you're running Vader
for fives.
Yeah. You're running Vader and Snowtrooper for sure, and then Piet is your third. I mean, it's yeah.
Oh, buddy, I think it might be Stark, because if it's Stark, Vader gains the Imperial Trooper tag.
No, just because I'm going to use this team on offense, I want Piet's mark so that the AI will just solely attack Vader.
Oh, that's true. That is true. Yep.
So I want Piet in there. We didn't go over the stats, but I have them here. Yeah.
It's 140% crit damage and 60% potency.
So
I love
those dots. Those dots should be sticking pretty well.
Yeah, not only that, but they jacked up the defense. That again, I said you should probably go after Snowtrooper first. May not. I mean, again, that much defense. We'll see what happens. But if this team gets turned on offense with 140% crit, but that's gonna be gross.
Yeah, and I'm looking the thing that's crazy is when an ally's defeated, Darth Vader dispels all debuffs on himself, resets his cooldowns, and takes a bonus turn. The only thing you have to say is why this can't go on defense is because Darth Vader is still hard-coded to go Force Crush, Culling Blade.
Yeah.
No, it's true.
He's not hard-coded to go into Merciless first.
The other part of the... Go ahead, Phil.
Chat is going... Yeah. Chat, I think the concept here is Darth Vader can't be defeated if an ally is active. active. I think that's kind of what they've gone for here. I think the wording is wrong, but I think the way it will work out is that you can't defeat Darth Vader if there are other active allies. I think that's going to be the way this works. Yeah, I mean,
thinking about it like this should help some of the people. Remember the Jedi Knight Luke event when you're on Hoth and you can't escape until all of the allies are dead? During the Jedi Knight Luke event, when you have Rolo, you have 3PO, and you have fucking Chewie, and you're going through the waves of stormtroopers and Vader's in like the background, and he has that countdown.
Yes.
It's gonna be that. You cannot kill Vader or do anything until everyone else is dead. You think about it like that, it all makes sense. That is how they're planning to run this.
So, Logan, any other final thoughts, young Skywalker? Or are we,
just the other thing about his merciless massacre. So when he is targeting someone that has that blue little icon above after he pops his merciless massacre, he's gaining 50% offense. Doesn't stack with offense up, but it should stack with all of the bonus offense that he's getting. He's getting 50% critical chance and 50% critical damage, immune to fear, stun, and turn meter manipulation, and Vader's bonus turns do not trigger other characters' effects based on bonus turn meter or turn meter gain.
Yeah, my biggest thing with this Kron is, almost everybody has Vader and troopers. It's going to come down to where you are in the game, and do you want to invest in this? That's really what it's going to come down to.
Also, just reading this more, if the only active allies that Darth Vader has consist of any number of the following allies. What I'm reading with that, and somebody correct me, but let's say you go and kill Snowtrooper, and this team is still standing in 5v5. The Datacron is still active because it says any number of those allies. So, like, if it's still Colonel Stark, General Veers, Piet, and Darth Vader himself, the Kron is still active. I'm saying this, defensively. The Kron is still active.
No, it is. Yeah.
So there's a potential here that even if you're like, well, I don't have Snowtrooper, this isn't good, you could take Snowtrooper out of this.
Yeah. Put in Range Trooper.
Well, no, you can't put in Range Trooper. Can't put him in. He doesn't count.
Well, why wouldn't it? I mean, it's any of the following allies, right? If you have three of them plus Vader, you throw in Range Trooper. Now Vader's gaining the protection up and retribution from Range Trooper's special, and then he's gaining the natural counter chance that Range Trooper gives in his unique.
No, because it says if the only active allies that Darth Vader has consist of any number of the following.
I got
so you can't. You can't put anybody else, but you could underman, or if it's sitting on defense and you kill someone, but you have to clean up, then they're going to get... You still have the Datacron sitting there to destroy you. But let's get into...
Alligal in chat is fucking destroying people. Keep an eye on that. God damn. So, Rebel Officer Leia Organa.
Yep.
Phil, I'm going to let you take this. I think it might have some uses. It's a level 15. From where I play, I don't see this as a... All right, time out. I don't see it as a worthy investment, but the stats give me a moment of pause.
I'm huge on this Kron. We cannot be further apart. I'm like... This is, according to me, which, I'm just a fucking dude, but this is my second best Kron in this, Focus Kron in this set. My order...
Fuck is this going to benefit? Please, I'd love to hear it.
My order of shopping list for these Focus Krons, I wrote them down so I didn't forget, are Vader, Rolo, Wampa, Shorty. Those are my order of operations of how I'll be going through and getting them.
Wait a minute. Did you say Vader? You said Vader, Wampa, Rolo, Shorty.
No, I put Rolo second.
Yeah. This Rolo Kron is my second favorite Kron in this set. I like the Wampa Kron. I don't think it's going to change what he's doing already in GAC. And I see me using the Wampa Kron as just the stats because I don't see a point where I can solo shit with Wampa in GAC where I'm at in the game. And if that level 9, which I don't think it will be, if it's not active in GAC and it's just active in Territory Wars, whatever.
If there's so I like this for the level 3 because the level 3 is if there's no allied galactic legend, whenever light side allies use an ability, all other buffed allies assist. So you think
it doesn't specify whether it's rebel or not. It's light side allies.
So like Bo-Katan is gonna I just think of Bo-Katan. They're gonna get buffed immediately from her ancestral. That counts as a buff.
Yep.
I mean, everybody's gonna be assisting constantly in that fight, which against the Lord Vader clones right now is one of the biggest flaws, is that you need the damage output to kill that team. Now you've got it. Whenever a rebel attacks out of turn, they dispel all debuffs. That's really nice. I think for this Kron it works. It really depends on the team you're going up against. Hoth Rebel Soldier. This is I hate this. This whole, like, he has 5% max health and protection per relic amplifier level. The damage they receive is decreased by 15%. That's always such a wasted stat for me. That's always a waste. Captain Han Solo, whenever another ally is defeated, Captain Han takes a bonus turn and their cooldowns are reset. That's really nice, but if I bring a revive against this team, it doesn't matter because that's really what they're trying to go for here is revives. And then Rolo, whenever another ally uses an ability, she assists, limit once per turn, dealing 50% more damage. The stats are amazing. 100% crit avoid.
That's what I was waiting for. Go ahead, Phil. Go ahead, finish out.
100% crit avoid is stupid. 100% health is more stupid. 120% armor pence is even more stupid on top of the stupid. And 100% defense is crazy. I read this and I'm like, this goes with, like, you put this with Rey, and I mean, what are we talking about then? We're not talking about practice anymore. But Bo-Katan, this is crazy. I just saw somebody say Finn Zori, this goes crazy.
Yeah, if Finn Zori didn't already have an absolutely obscene fucking Datacron in this set, I would 100% be putting this with either Bo or Finn Zori. But because they already have a really fucking good Datacron for this set, then like this Kron is going on Bo. Although the only thing I'm not sure about is if the defense and crit avoidance is going to be enough to be able to still beat Lord Vader clones. But besides that, like I love this for Bo, because like the defense Kron I've been using for Lord Vader clones with Bo-Katan is I have like a 280% defense Kron that also has like 50 crit damage that I use with Bo against Lord Vader.
Yeah,
I'm kind of thinking with this Kron, I'm not gonna lie. If I went for this, it would be for Rey. It would 100% be for Rey. And not only would it be for Rey, but I would put Rebel Officer Leia Organa on the team. Maybe
whenever another
baby Cal, but I mean, if you look at her, that level 15, it says whenever another ally uses an ability. It's not Rebel specific.
No, it's not.
You're dealing 50% more damage, and that's one thing. Like, what do we always rely on when we set a Rey team? We're relying on defense and whirlwind and her getting her ultimate off and winning the match. Now you potentially are getting all the survivability you possibly want in the stats, and now you add Rebel Officer Leia, that whenever an ally uses, and it doesn't say basic, or special. It says ability.
Yes. And with Rey, when we're talking about using this with Rey, we know that the level 3 isn't going to work.
Yeah.
We're talking about the crit avoid, the health, the armor pen, and the defense being what's going to make Rey better. The 100% health on Rey is so crazy. I don't think everybody always understands that. Now, I think with Rey right now, the Datacron is still the best thing to give her. But again, that's going to disappear, and if there's not another better stat, here we go.
Yep.
Exactly. That's going to disappear. Meanwhile, you're looking
someone
at
said
100% crit avoidance. And what's the one thing Rey feeds off the most? Health.
Someone said Quadme with
100%
this.
health?
Quadme, once the Datacron goes away with this, could be really scary because you're going to get a lot of heal and protection over time from her constantly assisting.
Yeah.
While the survivability will be there, I think a lot of the regular counters would still work on her because there's not, because this is all survivability. There's not the damage output that the cron that we're all using with her that's putting out. I don't know if I'm buying that yet. I think this, if you go for this would be really good for Rey.
Doesn't Poe gain, and I say Poe, like the Padawan Obi-Wan, where doesn't he gain gains 25% critical chance. Padawan has 5% crit chance stacking for each health over time, 5% crit damage, max 50 for each protection over time. So those do. So that does. I was curious. I knew he gained stats based on the amount of stuff on him, but it does kind of stop.
Yeah,
that he can't. Yeah, he can't gain more. I was just trying to see. But at the start of each ally's turn, they gain 3% critical damage stacking for each heal over time and 3% offense for each protection over time until the end of their turn. So with Queen Amidala, though, each ally's gonna gain crit damage and offense. If she's constantly assisting and constantly wrong character, and constantly dishing out 3 stacks of heal over time and protection over time every single turn, that's no joke anymore. Can be.
I agree.
All of a sudden, that starts to add up, and that's again you throw in other characters like a Luminara, in there, and holy hell,
Yep.
But
all right. So that was the focus.
Yep.
Damn, that was a lot. That's shit to go through. I don't know. Phil, we're gonna hit it up, but I feel like you, myself, YoungSkywalker, we felt like the regular crons of this were kind of underwhelming. A little bit.
Yeah, the stats, crit damage. Yeah, of course, we have tenacity, health, protection, crit chance, of course, health steal, and crit avoid. And those can get up pretty decently high. I'd actually say some stats I'm looking at to be underrated here is the health steal and potentially crit avoidance are some ones that I think are going to be underrated by this set. Because crit damage is nice until you're no longer critically hitting.
Yeah.
And health steal, in case you've never faced, for those of you who don't know that this is the most annoying thing in the world, if you've never used Rey and watched her use her ultimate ability and go from in the red or in the yellow to full health because of health steal, it's such a great experience. I highly recommend everybody do that a few times in GAC.
I have my best stats as crit damage, health, protection, and then decent or like okay that like I wouldn't be upset about having is tenacity and crit avoidance. And then I have the health steal and crit chance is like I'm gonna fucking just immediately dismantle. Just because the health steal is very situational with like only Ray. Like you're saying. It's like
Health steal
Ray is the
is
only team that I'm like, all right, cool, I have a fuck ton of health and health steal.
Oh, see,
Huge.
like
Lord.
crit chance, health steal, and crit avoidance. I'm trying to
Oh,
stay away from.
I I'm gonna health steal with. There's a bunch of galactic legends that benefit from health steal. Lord Vader does. Ahsoka will. Rey will. I mean, even your like Jedi Master Luke, he can benefit from that. But even some of your other teams adding health steal can be way better.
I would rather have the health or protection or like depending on the team, of course. So like for Jedi Master Luke, because my Hermit Yodacron is indisposed with Jedi Master Kenobi, I'll be working on a light side cron that has probably the protection up or the turn meter. I haven't decided which one I'm gonna do yet. Um, and then has as many protection rolls as humanly possible, and that's going
Well,
to be
yeah.
my jam out round.
All right, so let's stats wise. I think there's nothing like defense, no offense. Nothing where you're like,
Earth shattering. Not really.
yeah. So light side, recover 2% whenever they critically hit an enemy. That doesn't get me super excited.
No,
Whenever light side allies inflict a debuff, they deal damage to that enemy equal to 2% of their max health. That is actually very solid. This is the one of the level 3s that's really good with Leia Organa. For her ultimate, this juices her ultimate ability really, really well, which is one of the cheat codes to using
Yeah,
her at
no, that's
times.
true. That is true. Yep.
Um, the one level 3 I really like here, the first time each light side ally reaches 75, 50, 25, protection up 50% for 2 turns, which can't be dispelled or prevented. The reason I want to bring that up is because that is what's on the current Hermit Yodacron
yep.
that we're all using with to counter Supreme Leader Kylo Ren with Jedi Master Kenobi. Now there won't be any defense on that Datacron like there is on the Hermit Yoda one, but
Yeah.
I did still think it was worth bringing up that there's the potential for some players that could be really helpful for you to try to see if the defense plays a big enough role or if the protection up is enough.
Well, I think it's the biggest part about that is the defense you're getting on the stats, and then on top of that, the defense that you're getting from I think it's the level 9 or the level 6, where if you're at 100% health, you have 100% defense or something like that, or 100% offense. But then if you're below 100% health, you get 100% defense. It's something along the lines of that, where you're getting bonus
Yes,
defense
yeah.
based off of where your health is. So I think the defense stat on top of the bonus defense that you're getting based off of where your health is on top of the fact that you're getting the protection up that negates critical hits while you have Padme in there is the big part of why that Kron is working against SOKR. So like that Kron is going to be staying on JMK for me, and then yeah, I think the bonus protection at 75, 50, and 25% health is probably the best level 3.
Yes.
I'm I don't know, maybe it's from past sets, but the one stat that I would never say no to, in fact, that's what I would look for, is light side allies start the battle with 25% turn meter.
It's solid. It is solid.
I just that's the one that I would go for.
It's nice until you have it on your Jedi Master Kenobi that stops any turn meter gain before the battle even starts, or Hux that stops all turn meter gain as long as he has advantage, which he always has at the beginning of battle. Any team.
Yeah, situationally, that's not going to be the right thing to do, but more often than not, that is the one stat that people have like. Whenever you see that, for the next several GACs, I'm going to be like, your match is going to be fucking invaded with that stat.
Oh no, for sure. And like the level 3 is going to be really good for the turn meter. I would rather have the extra survivability of 50% protection up based off of the fact that this set has health. If you have a shit ton of health and then you also are getting the protection up 50%, like, turn meter is not going to matter when they eventually catch back up to you in turn meter and you haven't fucking even gotten through them and their first set of 50% turn or 50% protection up that you have to go through after they got to 75% health, and then you have to do it again at 50% health, and then you have to do it again at 25% health. It's like your turn meter is cool and all, but if you can't kill them before they kill you, your turn meters mean shit.
I think Logan's favorite here is at the start of the beginning of their turn, light side allies have a 25% chance to dispel all debuffs on themselves. I know he's a big...
What an awful level 3.
I actually don't mind that.
What an awful level 3. You're going to get it says 25% of the time, but you're actually going to get it 0% of the time.
So, yeah.
All right, so dark side.
I got nothing for this because I think they're all shit. They're all garbage.
No, there's two okay ones. They're not great. The light side ones are far and away better.
All right, what do you got?
The inflict 4 debuffs, 10% chance stacking to reduce their cooldowns by 1 for each debuff they inflicted. There's not a single dark side team that you can tell me that doesn't have a fuck ton of debuffs.
Fair.
Yeah.
And then whenever dark side allies are dispelled at the end of their turn, they gain potency up and tenacity up. The best buff in this game is tenacity up, and you cannot convince me otherwise. So those two on very debuff heavy teams, I'm doing anything to reduce your cooldowns. Even if it's a % chance, I'm taking it. On huge heavy debuff teams, like, can you imagine Amalgus with this level 3 when he does his big leap and then Revan takes a turn and then Bastila takes a turn and then Malgus takes another turn and you can leap again? Or Malik, like, you go to drain and then everybody takes a bunch of turns to inflict a bunch of debuffs, and then he can drain again. So I love the cooldown.
Inquisitors, Balin.
Absolutely. Yeah, Inquisitors is going to be, especially when we get into the character level 9s, Inquisitors, like, this is what you're going for.
Yeah,
Jabba.
Yep. So, like, I don't, like I said, I don't think the level 3s for Dark Side are great. The level 3s for Light Side are far and away better. But you have at least 2 decent ones that you can kind of hang your hat on.
Fair.
All right, so now we have the Resistance faction.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
So the one that catches my eye, there's the one that I always catch to is that uses a special stun target enemy for 1 turn.
Yeah, I was going to say for the stun, that's like the best one.
Yeah. And again, that is the one I always say is, unlike some of the other like mechanics in this game where, blind or ability block an enemy if no one else is, your entire team could get stunned here.
Yeah.
Granting a buff to another ally, they gain 10% turn meter. I could also see that being super frustrating and super annoying. Because that just adds to the turn meter train. The debuff expires. Resistance allies gain 2% offense, double if it was dispelled. Again, that's great, but they love offense. They don't need a ton of offense. They're a turn meter based team, so the offense is nice, but I don't think it's super necessary. The reduced cooldown thing is, I just don't love it. And then 2% turn meter. I still think the bottom 2 are the best, are the ones that I would be going for.
So I have, yes, for when I think that the 2% offense for dispel debuffs and then the stun are the 2 that you're probably going to want. I do like the turn meter one for buffs for Zori. I do think the stun is going to be.
That'll work out.
I think the stun is going to be better for Zori.
Yep.
The big thing I wanted to point out was the for the 2% offense doubled if it was dispelled. I like that whenever Barriskron goes away for Rey, along with the protection up at dropping thresholds.
Yep.
Because if like a lot of the teams that you can add with Rey have a lot of debuffs that they can inflict. So with that gaining, because it's whenever any debuff expires on an enemy, resistance allies gain 2% offense. So if you're able to get that on Rey, along with some good health stats and then some good health steal stats, with the protection up level 3, I think that's going to be good with Rey. So if you want to work on that kind of in your off time and kind of have that in your back pocket for whenever the Barriskron goes away for Rey, I think that's probably a good shout.
I go with that.
Inquisitorius.
Oh, here we go.
I think we can all agree. This is kind of one of the things you do with Datacrons. Anytime you see one that has a shit ton of words, you ignore everything else. You only want the one with the stupid amount of words. Whenever an Inquisitorius inflicts Purge, they gain 5% defense, offense, and tenacity stacking for 1 turn. Whenever Purge is consumed or dispelled on an enemy, expose them for 1 turn. Whenever Inquisitorius uses a basic against an enemy inflicted with a stack of Purge, another random Inquisitorius ally assists, dealing 5% bonus damage per stack of Purge, and then they inflict a stack of Purge on target enemy which can't be evaded. Yeah, that's what you want. None of the rest of these are worth it.
Unfortunately, I thought when I first saw this, I thought it was the one that we had gotten forever ago, where they were immune to fear, stun, like all of the fucking things to make it very, like Malgus counter, Revan counter. I thought it was that one again, and I got really excited, but this one is also very good. The rest are indeed hot dog shit.
And Frozen Italiano just said on Twitch, not just Purge, when a stack of Purge, that means they clear the Purge that 6 exposes. So that's like every stack of Purge you're dispelling or you're, reducing is, that's crazy good.
It's going to be 30% defense, offense, and tenacity for 1 turn. Or if it's a mass dispel, it's going to be 30 times 5.
Yeah.
150.
I think Logan would well concur with us that you just go for the wordy stuff. Again, that's something you're going to see us talk about often. Wordy is everything.
Yeah. The only other one that I would say, just because Marek, how the fuck you want to pronounce it, is considered Inquisitorius, and if you wanted to run this Kron set with Balin, whenever Inquisitorius ally deals damage to an enemy and no other enemy is blinded, inflict blind for 2 turns on the target enemy. That's not terrible with him because he's always assisting.
That's true. I was thinking of go ahead.
No. I was pretty much done. Just like I like that one with him.
I was thinking the one is whenever Inquisitorius ally deals damage to an enemy and no other enemy is marked, you could always inflict mark on somebody, but it just depends on if you're ignoring taunt or not at that moment.
Yeah.
All right, so now we got Night Sisters. So whenever a Night Sister ally are revived, they gain protection over time and 25% turn meter, reduce their cooldowns by 1. Skip that one if you're using a Great Mother's team.
I was going to say that's situational for the team.
You can really skip all of these besides one. There's really only one great one.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it the way I look at it, it's that 400% off offense equal to 400% of the defense. Then they lose 50% defense. That's definitely the one that I think is the best. Yeah, I don't think there's I don't want to say the rest of them aren't worth maybe a question, but I think that's the best one that you would get. I do, if with the Talzin team, I like that revive one, to be perfectly honest. The protection over time I like that one, but I think that 400% offense and that's just such a ridiculously good.
Say, do you think the 400% offense will negate the Darth Malgus counter?
No, because
a lot of people are using Malgus against Great Mothers and that lineup. I'm wondering if that still will work.
Well, the biggest issue with Malgus going against Great Mothers is that like you typically gotta wait for a little while to get through them because they have so much fucking recovery. But if they're losing 50% defense after they take their first turn, it's gonna and Great Mothers is taking their first turn immediately, so they're immediately losing 50% defense. I think that you're gonna be able to get Great Mothers out faster. I still like that level 6 for being the best one. I think it'll be messier with Malgus. I still think it's winnable. It'll just be messier. Yeah.
All right.
The 400% offense one is really the only one that I thought was all that great.
And the thing is, you just need one of them.
Yeah.
Well, no.
You need one.
You need two. You need 2 Night Sister Crons to the set, bare minimum.
All right, so then we have the Ewoks. I mean,
I feel like we can probably fucking skip this.
Yeah. What do you want to say, Logan?
None of these stats or level 9s are going to change the fact that Ewoks are not going to be fucking interesting at all.
No, you're right. You know why? Because they're not Jawas, and I don't care.
So if you get an Ewok level 6, re-roll it or sell it. It's not worth it. I don't think there's a single one that.
No.
So
I feel like you know what's going to happen. You're gonna level 1, level 2. You get stats you like. Level 3, all right. You'd rather have something else, but you'll go with it. Level 4 and 5. All right, you got one you liked, one you didn't. Level 6, you get Ewoks. At that point, what are you really going for?
Yeah.
You're going for secondaries. So, fuck it. Get the level 9 Ewok and focus on your secondaries. Don't use that reroll material to get it off an Ewok roll. Like, that's one thing of this set I don't want people to do, because they're going to be like, Ewoks is such garbage. Oh, it's Ewoks. I'm going to re-roll. No. Look at the stats you've already collected. If you're happy with what you have, just fucking keep it. And develop yourself a cron where you're just focusing on secondaries and good stats. I've never understood people to be like, oh, the second I get a fucking faction I don't like, I re-roll it. No, don't.
Get your 3 faction, get your 3 resistance crons that you want, and then for the rest of your light side crons that you roll, you are making sure you get the level 3 you want, and then you're making sure you get the good stats that you want. But you don't re-roll your level 3 until the cron is level 9, because that is a waste of your currency.
It really is. And that's another thing, Phil, I don't think we've actually really talked about, is the economy of re-rolling crons and what you should be looking for and where you should re-roll. Like I really don't re-roll much of anything until I'm almost close, like to 9. That's when I take what I get and then I try to fine tune it. I don't know what you guys do, but that's kind of what I do.
For me, it depends on what the level 3 options are. If there is 15 and 15,
yes, you're re-rolling that. Yeah.
I'm re-rolling until I get that, because that's more valuable than chancing I get defense or health or offense percent. But
however, you know what sucks though? Let's say there's 15 and 15 just on light side. It's the
I normally get
to fucking weird of when that option will come up for you to get.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with that one because you're gonna end up you can't re-roll the level 3 after you get to level 6. You gotta wait to get to the level 9.
Yep.
But yeah. So for Night Sister, the characters now we're closing in on the end.
I skipped right at the end.
I skipped Talia. It's not.
Yes.
Yeah, no. Honestly, I'm gonna skip Reva as well. I don't think there's enough value there. I don't hate Merrick's because you're not gonna use him with Reva Inquisitors. You're gonna use him with Balin, so it's just beefing up that team. So in that particular context, I like it.
Well, I like the fact that when you think about that mercenary team, the one move that you want Merrick to do is his AoE.
Yep.
Because it deals a lot of damage, but now you're looking at removal of 25% turn meter. So I think for mercenaries, that's not like if I got a Merricron, I would not be overly upset. Be like, okay, I'll work with this. You're gonna want to work on crit damage as a secondary, but no, I wouldn't be upset with that.
Skip.
Yep.
So I guess you're talking about Scout, Pilot, Chirpa.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can we talk about Ninth Sister?
Yes, Logan, take it away.
So, again, Capital Games taught all of us a very valuable lesson that they kind of told you what you needed to do, and a lot of people didn't listen. And it was called Inquisitors. And a lot of people didn't do it. And then later on, a lot of people were upset because that Grand Inquisitor event, they took their sweet fucking time.
Oh, yeah.
So, that being said, we're going to go around the panel to discuss who's going to be the odd man out. But normally, it's Reva and the rest of the supporting cast, and Ninth Sister was out. However, Ninth Sister mechanics at the start of it. Wow, it's horrible. A horrible sentence structure. At the start of encounter, all Inquisitorious allies have 200% max health and are immune to ability block. Ninth Sister deals 20% bonus true damage based on her max health and her basic ability if the target enemy is inflicted with Purge. If the enemy has 6 stacks of Purge when Ninth Sister is defeated for the first time, she consumes all stacks of Purge from a random enemy with 6 stats of Purge, recovers 100% health, max protection, and removes 50% turn meter from all enemies.
Yeah.
So basically, you're doing that for the 200% max health because Reva's your lead. That's why you would go with that.
What? Okay, hold the fuck. Just the 200%? Did you just fucking read the whole thing? And you're just calling?
I was waiting for you to chime in.
Oh.
There's more.
Go ahead, Phil.
The 200% max health for Grand Inquisitor is ridiculous. Because he's the immediate first one you're going for. So that's crazy on him. Immune to ability block. I mean, that's nice. But I think the thing I'm looking at there is the 200% max health. The one problem with this Inquisitor team when you go up against certain counters, think of Galactic Legends Leia, even Kenobi, you start taking damage.
It's survivability.
Yep, but 200% max health. Hey, man, they're living the dream.
I love, like, pretty much the whole fucking thing about this level 9. Like, the 200% max health and ability block are the cherry on top, but the 20% bonus true damage based on max health if the target enemy is inflicted with Purge. You're getting the 200% max health. You're getting all of the extra health stats that you're getting from this Cron anyway, and then another tank revive on top of that. On, like, you're already having to deal with Reva's revive twice. Now you're gonna have to deal with Ninth Sister's revive if anybody has 6 stacks of Purge over and over and over and over. As long as an enemy has 6 stacks of Purge, she's coming back every time.
Yeah,
it's
worry about Purge very often.
It does say when Ninth Sister's defeated for the first time. Yeah, so it's only one revive, which is still really nice, but it's only one revive.
Yeah, fair enough. Fuck, I kind of skipped over that because I wanted this to be better than it was.
But still, with Inquisitors, you're not throwing that team on offense for survivability. You're throwing that team on to fucking smoke something.
I put my Inquisitors on defense anyway, pretty much for a while.
On defense, this is really good.
Yeah. Well, I've been throwing my Inquisitors on defense with a dark side, like 240% defense, and then a ton of crit damage as well. So that's kind of what I've been doing with my Inquisitors, and they've gotten me a couple of holds this season. But yeah, no, this team is going to be very good on defense, and pretty much the only thing you're going for if you're running Inquisitors is Ninth Sister. Now, for your question about who you're subbing out, it is very clearly and very obviously Eighth Brother. You're swapping out Eighth Brother.
100%. Eighth Brother's getting kicked to the curb.
Yeah, I can see that.
No, it's no debate. There's no conversation. It is, you were kicking out Eighth Brother.
Yep, I agree with that.
All right, so next,
well, I did want to say for the overall stats for Ninth Sister, you're going for the cooldown reduction on debuffs. You're going for the oh god, what was the level fucking 6? You're going for the super fucking long level 6, and then Ninth Sister with as much fucking health as you can possibly get on the stats.
All right, and then now we're at JTR. I'm gonna say avoid. I just don't think it's
avoid.
Not worth it.
I will only disagree. I will only disagree because with the protection up level 3 and then the offense on debuffs level 6 with Rey, Jedi training in another Rey team could be decent.
Yeah, I hear ya.
Once the previous set expires, I think that's probably the Rey crown that I'll put with Rey is some sort of thing with that, unless the next set is amazing and works with Rey just as good, if not better than this current set. Or I'll throw Rolo on it and call it a day. We'll see.
Second Sister, skip.
Yep.
No reason there. Paplu, skip.
Oh, yeah, no. Skip. Yep.
Veteran Smuggler Chewbacca, skip.
Yep.
LeGray, skip. Yep. Rey Scavenger. Now,
do not.
The one thing I will say here, Rey Scavenger deals 25% more damage per relic amplifier level on all allies.
Phil, how many people have here at relics past 7?
I never 8.
I mean, I'm just gonna say
it doesn't even matter if she's at 7. It's on all allies. Your Starkiller is at 8. Your Malicos is at 8. Your Seer is at 7.
All allies. All allies.
It's not just 25% more damage for just her relic amplifier levels.
That, you know what? I would use that on a Seer team.
Yeah, no, she's going with Ufu.
Yeah.
I don't hate this Datacron with that. I think, like, especially because in that team, you know, I use Ninth Sister a lot because I don't split Kylo Ren Unmasked away from my Slicker. So now Ninth Sister's going to go away. I'm going to need something in the Malicos team, and this kind of can take that place. So I like this a lot.
My fucking Kylo Ren Unmasked is probably going to get pulled from Slicker so that I have a pre-taunt with my Ufu team now. Just because I'm going to make my fucking Stormtrooper as slow as humanly possible so that Rey never is able to be targetable. Like I'm ready for this next player lock. Like I've already moved mods and everything. So I made it so my Stormtrooper, my First Order Stormtrooper, is getting 0 bonus speed from mods.
Good God. All right, so
I am not hitting player lock. I'm actually going for the Kron for tomorrow.
All right, so now we have old Daka. When first time Daka goes below 100%, recover. Nope, skip. Not worth it. Night Sister Acolyte. Whenever she damages an enemy with a special, the enemy doesn't have armor shred, inflict armor shred. When Night Sister Acolyte uses a basic and damages an enemy with armor shred, inflict expose for 2 turns, which can't be resisted. Night Sister Ally gains protection up 50% for 2 turns.
It's not bad, but I mean,
I like it with Great Mothers if you're not running the Zombros.
Yeah.
Yes, I would agree. Mother Talzin. Whenever Mother Talzin uses a basic on their turn, other allies gain 25% turn meter. This is very good. I like this level 9 a lot.
Yeah.
Juicing turn meter. Skip Grand Inquisitor, because you want Ninth Sister. Skip Nisa. We're going to skip Nisa, because we're just going to talk about that. Night Trooper. This is his focused Kron.
You want Night Trooper.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is focused Kron. At the start of battle, he gains 75% potency and 25 speed. Whenever an enemy is inflicted with Blight, they inflict themselves with another stack, which can't be copied or evaded until the end of the encounter. Whenever an enemy that already had Blight is inflicted with another stack of Blight, inflicted by another stack of Blight by an ally, inflict Blight on another random enemy, which can't be copied, all that stuff. When Night Trooper uses Stambling Shot, gain an additional 3 stacks of Blight, which can't be copied, dispelled. Whenever an ally or enemy gains or is inflicted with Blight, Night Trooper recovers 20% health and gains 25% offense per stack for 2 turns. Yeah, this is a must-have for any team that he's on. Remnants or Night Trooper.
If you can roll this one, this is the one you want with your Great Mothers as opposed to the Acolyte one. Or if you don't have Great Mothers and you're in my shitty position where I don't have Great Mothers, I will be running this with my just Enoch Imperial Remnant team. Because unfortunately, I mean, hopefully before this Kron expires, I should have Great Mothers up and running with their Zetas, but we will see. But this should also make the Great Mothers Ahsoka counter work a little bit better.
Yes.
Only that, this Kron is going to make Dark Trooper Moff Gideon and TW very nasty.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, and now Logan, Young Skywalker, the final one, Rose, Tico.
Rose!
The worst.
All fucking people who has received more hate, more nonsense, more derogatory comments. I have to say they gave her a pretty decent Kron. Like it's not, and especially tied in with her Omicron, it's not bad. It's really not that horrible. So whenever Rose uses Dauntless Bravery, inflict expose on the target enemy for 2 turns, which can't be evaded or resisted. Whenever Rose uses Shock Prod Strike, when the stun is dispelled or expires, inflict Death Mark for 1 turn, which can't be evaded or resisted. Whenever Rose uses a basic ability on an enemy with expose, dispel all buffs on the enemy and debuffs on herself. Recover 100% protection and gave 5% critical damage, stacking max 200%. Dude, the death mark on that alone on a Finn team with Zori.
Yeah.
In 5v5 GAC, this team is going to be. You are not going to be able to take some grade C, B shit against this.
You know what works really well because her stun can be resisted? The stun level 6.
Oh, good call.
Yeah.
So you're going to want Rose as your 9. For Finzori, you're going to want Rose as your 9. You're going to want the stun level 6. And then you're probably going to want the protection recovery or the 25% turn meter. One of those two.
I would say
25% turn meter.
the 25%
25%,
turn meter.
25% turn meter just to get your fucking Zori out and running.
Well, that and you want the resistance bros out there doing their shit as quickly as humanly possible.
I think for sustainability, if you want your team to not fucking get exploded, and you happen to roll the protection up at dropping health thresholds and you run out of fucking currency to re-roll the turn meter, I think the protection up is okay. But yeah, no, I kind of forgot about the turn meter one. The turn meter one is probably your best bet for the Finzora team.
Folks, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I'm going to go for this. I've got Rose, Tico, and good relics. All my resistance bros, all of that are in relics. Again, I feel like this is, and if anyone else happens to have this team in relics, even if you haven't invested, like if their mods are not great, if you want to spend a couple days, maybe work on them a little bit, this is a cron that I feel like you could place and could trip up an opponent. This is another trip up cron.
I agree. The
only shitty part for me is Rose doesn't have her Zeta or Omicron for me, and then neither of the Resistance Bros have their Zetas for me either.
Really? You never did anything with your Resistance Bros?
I mean, my Finn has his Zeta, the Finn lead, and then Zori has all of her abilities, so I think it's just one Zeta and one Omicron. I don't remember off the top of my head. But
what was that one cron set where Zori had a cron? It was just like the Resistance Bros were just tormenting us for 4 fucking months, dude.
Was that the Holdocron?
It might have been the Holdocron.
It was.
Yeah.
That was the Holdocron. Yeah, that was a terrible Datacron.
That fucking team was absolutely obscene.
But yeah, I like this. I like this Datacron. I don't have the Rose, Omicron, or Zeta, but if I get this Datacron, I will be equipping it.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
But folks, that is all the Datacrons. We talked a lot more about the focus, which I think is a lot like this set. There's some decent ones in this set, but overall, it seems like it's not like you need a bunch of these level 9s. It's like you want the Rose Tico one.
Yeah.
You want the Night Trooper, the 9th Sister. And then after that, it's like, oh, well, Merrick would be nice to have. Ray Scavenger would be nice to have. But I'm not going to be going crazy over those ones. So I'd rather try to make sure that I get the focused ones here, because I think that's going to be where that's where the impact will be.
No, 100%. If you're going for something specific, absolutely. But because of the characters in this Datacron set, not focused but the regular, they're really vanilla. It's like, okay, I want to get the best level 3, the best level 6, bring it to 9, work on my secondaries. I'm almost feeling like CG's kind of giving you almost a set off, because this is really underwhelming. Like, the stats are good. You can make some really good crons here, but the level 9 characters are kind of just man.
Yeah, I would agree.
I definitely thought you guys would be higher on Scav. I'm pretty high on Scav Ray with Ufu.
It's
I
just
definitely thought you
not.
guys would be higher on her.
I just can't get higher on it because I don't. I use Starkiller with that team as it is. So I'm not. I can't tell you the last time I had a solo a Starkiller team and a Malicos team. I just combine them both at this point.
And here's the other thing. You think about a lot of players now that have done light speed bundles, things like that. They've brought Scav Ray up to the relic level needed for the legend. It's they're not going any farther than that.
Well,
Unless
you don't
real
need her. It's not so much about just her relics; it's the entire team. And when you think about all the relics that you have on a Starkiller Malicos team, it's like you have your Starkiller at relic 8, you have your Malicos at relic 8, you have your Seer at relic
I know
7 for the Zepho battle.
I know it's for all allies. I get that. I just I'm it's one character. I'm just not. I don't know. I'm not seeing the. I'm not seeing that it's going to be that earth shattering.
I have an open fifth slot in my Malicos team, mostly because it's just Seer, Starkiller, Malicos. I bring in always a fourth as my tank, and then that fifth slot is kind of like whatever. I have to put another Ufu in there, and it's for me for this set. It's gonna be Scav Ray, and it's gonna have the stun level 6, so that every time she's taking a turn, using a special, I'm stunning somebody.
That's a good point. Excuse me, sorry.
Yeah. So that's Phil. I'll let you close this out, brother. That's all I got.
Let's plug the. Make sure we plug the podcast, man. We got to get everybody, and we have some. I've been waiting for this. Had to wait for the right moment to announce a fantastic partnership that has developed over the past week between Logan and myself. Logan has finally joined a guild that he can carry all of us inside a TB with all his Relic 9s. Logan has joined Sigma Mandos. We had a player who decided to retire. And so Scoundrels in Cantina now officially in Sigma Mando is going to be carrying all of us in TB platoons, operations. Very excited.
I did. I was in CAW 2 Insanity. Great group of guys, but they're very dedicated. They were a little more dedicated than I was kind of accustomed to. Again, I'm not the most active on Discord. I do hop in. I try to chat when I can. I do work a lot. I do things with my wife. So it was one of those things where I just, after a while, after figuring out how the guild worked, I reached out to, actually, the person that recruited me in the guild was somebody that had been listening to the Three Scoundrels for almost since day one. And I told him and the guild leader, like, look, I just think it's best for everybody that I just don't have the commitment level that you folks are looking for. And I think it's better that I go somewhere else. And they were understanding, and it was outstanding. It was great. And I enjoyed the time that I was with them. But the other thing I realized about this game is that it's not always about the rewards you get and how high you are in the events. It's about the people you play with and how much fun you have. And I think I kind of lost sight of that a little bit, where I was like, oh my God, I have to get the last crate in the raid. And really, it's a fucking mobile game, man. I don't give a shit anymore. It's like I do what I can. That's it. So I'm with Phil. Love it. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna do a lot of shit together. So I appreciate it. I appreciate coming on this show and talking Datacrons, and I love that my son and young Skywalker is here with us, and he's getting pinged left and right, like, yo, Skywalker. He's gaining some traction, so that's some good shit. So that's all I got.
Absolutely, man. All right, folks. Well, we are going to be rating Off-Duty Otter, I think Ali said. Going to be rating them if you are on Twitch. So we're going to...
Oh, he's a newer player, Ali's saying. I like new players. All right.
Yeah, so we're gonna start that raid. So we're gonna raid there, and folks, we will see you in the next video. Cheers, everyone, and thank you for joining.
Thank you. Peace.
All right, I think we're raiding. There we go.